From the developers of Total Tank Simulator, I give to you Total Tank Generals. Now, the demo for this game goes live today on the Steam store, so if you want to see more Total Tank Generals gameplay, then hit that subscribe button, turn your notifications on, and join my Discord. In Total Tank Generals, you can play as one of three nations: the Germans, the Russians, or the Americans. But in the Total Tank Generals demo, you can only play as the Germans, so that's what we're gonna do because we don't really have a choice. Now, as we load into the campaign map, you'll see a list of all the missions, and you'll also see this one roundabout here, which I've already managed to achieve 3 stars. So in this Total Tank Generals gameplay, I'm going to pretend to be somewhat competent at the game and show you how to play, even though I've completed one single mission. So, here it goes. Okay, so as we load into battle, you're immediately presented with the victory conditions, which tells you how you get 1, 2, or 3 stars. Now, I just want to remind you that if you don't get 3 stars, then you are a chump and you should uninstall the game. So as we load into the game, I'll quickly talk you through how the game works before we try and 3-star this again. As you can see, this is a hex-based game, and if I zoom all the way out and look around, you'll see we're actually in a museum tabletop, which I'm not gonna lie, I think looks really cool. On the right-hand side of the board, you'll see our starting position, and right next to the start position, you'll also see this airfield. Now, this airfield is important because in the top left corner, if we come over here, this will give us 3 points per turn, which we can use to spend on recon, defensive support, dive bombing, strategic bombing, or paratroopers. Now, as for the hex units themselves, you'll see each tile can contain 3 individual units, and you can move the units individually by clicking on one, or by double-clicking in the middle of the hex, you can move all 3 units at the same time. So let's do that and send these guys directly into the airport. There we go. Now at the top left corner, you'll see we got +3, and we can now call in 2 of these. In the top right corner, you'll see next turn. Every single turn, we get +3 of those strategic points, and we also regain movement points, which in Total Tank Generals are referred to as attack points, which are very inconveniently right behind my head. So what I will do is I will select my lovely head and drag it over here. Now, what I can do is I can actually use my finger to point where the attack points are. There, oh, it just about makes it. There. Now, when you select a unit, you'll see this yellow hex, and you'll also see red hexes. That indicates how far it can move whilst taking up the attack points you can see over here. And if you have enough attack points, you can actually move and fire on the same turn. And generally speaking, the bigger the unit, the less attack points they have. So, for example, the light tank will have 3 attack points, whereas the Panzer III will only have 2 attack points. And let me guess, the Flak 3788 has it's also, it's got like 1.5. Okay. Now, another thing to point out is the 4 British victory points. These are fundamentally important to capture because once you capture one of these, if we come up to the top left corner, you can actually deploy units on them. For example, in infantry, we can of course spawn in infantry. In support, we can spawn in cavalry, armored cars, anti-air or anti-tank. Artillery, we've got mortars and artillery, and tanks, we've only got light and medium tanks. The rest of this stuff will be unlocked in the full version of Total Tank Generals. Now, if I select a unit to spawn, you can see I can either spawn them right at the back of the map, or I could spawn them in the victory points if I controlled it. So it's really important to control these points as you advance through the board. Now, the British are dug into this position. They've got 2 infantry and they've got 1 armored car. So we want to use all these units at our disposal to win this within 9 turns in the top right corner in order to get the flawless, brilliant victory again. And just a reminder, that's what you need for 2 and 1-star victories. So now that you know how the game works, or at least the fundamental mechanics, it's time to actually play a Total Tank Generals battle. And fingers crossed I can win it again, because that would be embarrassing if I didn't. Okay, so right away, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to spawn an artillery, and we're going to stick him... Let's stick him here because he's next to the road. Now, obviously, your units will get a bonus to movement if they are on the road. What I'm going to do with this guy is I'm going to use him straight away to soften up the enemies. This artillery will attack every single one in that position. By right-clicking, he's going to fire, and I've done some damage to both infantry but missed the recon unit. Now, the Panzer III over here has actually still got some attack points left. If you look to the left of me, he can move onto this hex here, which means he will be in firing range of the enemy, and he still has enough attack points to take another shot. So I'm going to do that because our only right enemy is the recon unit, and he's gonna do 1 damage at most. And then I'm gonna return fire because I still have enough points, and we're gonna do 6 points of damage. Yes, this is rock, paper, scissors. Basically, hard attack is good against armor, and soft attack is good against infantry or squishy units. Now, we've also got enough attack points to move this guy up, and he can also take a shot. The benefit of being 2 away is our tanks can fire, but the infantry is not in range. But before I do that, I've actually got a mortar over here in the bottom right corner, and you can see an outline on the map of where he can shoot. Now, he's got 2 attack points, and he can fire twice. So I could move and fire, but there's no point. I may as well just fire twice. So let's get the first round off there and hope for the best. Okay, again, more damage to the infantry, but missed the recon. And let's zoom in for the second shot. Okay, again, some of that infantry almost dead. I'm gonna move this guy to here, where he should still be able to fire. And if I'm right in saying he can... Yes, he can reach this target all the way over here. So let's see if we can finish that guy off. Nope. No, we can't, but that's fine. He's retreated from the battlefield, which is equally as good. He's left his comrades out to dry. Now, because this is infantry here, there's no point using our hard attack vehicles, so I'm actually going to pull up another light tank on this side, and this guy will be in range of firing, and let's concentrate fire on the weakest unit on the battlefield, which is that guy there. Now, he's got enough attack points, incredibly, to fire again. So he's moved and shot twice, and that guy has also retreated from the battle. Now this guy has got enough attack points to move ever so slightly again, and then oh, okay, we've spotted a lot of something over there, a little bit concerning, but you know what, I think I might let's just, before we move into that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if I can position my men down on the bottom side to take these remaining 2 guys out, and then we can capture this safely. So let's have a look. So yeah, this guy can move, because he's on a road, he can move over to here and take a shot, which is good. And it's a recon unit. So let's first just take that shot and see how much damage we can do. Okay, we each took 1 damage. He's now out of attack movement. Okay, so if I move over here with the flak 37, 88, I might be in range. Yes, I am. He's got 3 range, and there we go. Job done. Excellent. Now, this Panzer III all the way over here, I'm going to force march him into that position. Because he's using all of his attack points, he won't be able to fire. But because it is a Panzer III, the infantry next to him will basically be able to do nothing to him. Because turns out, bullets, not very good against tanks. So let's slap him in there and see what happens. We got more deployment points in the top left corner to buy new units. And also, this guy has leveled up. Now, again, soft attack, good against cavalry and infantry. Hard attack, good against armored units like, I don't know, light tanks, recon, or medium tanks. You know what? I would like a breakthrough vehicle, so let's just go with that for now. And then we can specialize him into more defensive strategy later on as well. Okay, there we go. He's leveled up. We've taken that position. And again, you want to just make sure you're constantly moving up your infantry. Keep him on the roads if you can. So this guy is a little bit vulnerable at the moment. So although I could technically take that shot, I'm not going to. I'm going to move him onto the capture point where he's out of range of whatever this is. Is it just me, or do they look a little bit French? And also, why is that flag black instead of white? Look, they've not completely surrendered yet. It's on the cards though. In fact, I won't be taking any prisoners in this video. You know me. I reckon we go to the next turn. Remember, we are trying to do this in 9 turns. Oh, that is very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. My flak gun has been, well, it's not having a particularly good time. No, the mortar's gonna finish it, isn't it? Oh, okay, we got 8 turns remaining. Well, that's not quite what I had planned there, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I don't particularly want to fight this Matilda because it will do a lot of damage to me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call myself in a dive bomb here, and you're gonna see this come in. It looks awesome. It's a Stuka. It's dropped the bomb on his head, and he's now on 4 health. So to kill this Matilda, we need to do hard attack, right? So currently, I've got a mortar selected at the back of the map who technically is in range, but if you look at his stats on this panel over here, you'll see that the 3 shells are soft attack and the 1 shell is hard attack. So he's got 5 soft attack and 3 hard attack, meaning it's not going to do much damage against the Matilda. However, my artillery has got 14 soft attack and 14 hard attack, meaning it's actually a pretty good unit for trying to take down that Matilda. Let's see, did we? Oh, Oh, it's so close. Because he's on 1 hit point, you know what? I might just get the mortar and see if we can finish him off. I think it is worth it because yes, there we go. Okay, because that would have done a lot of damage to us. And if I tried to fight him with these units, I would have just lost something. And I don't want to lose something. So there you go. Okay, I'm going to fall back my flak gun here. So I think I might do the same thing with each of these units and then take a shot with the Panzer. Oh, did he just level up? Oh, he leveled up. Nice. Let's actually, for all of the Panzer 3s, let's just get defense. Let's focus fire. You always want to focus fire because if you don't completely kill this unit, he could retreat and then he can resupply. Do you see these boxes just next to me? My body's actually blocking it a little bit. What that does is it resupplies their health and their ammunition as well as their morale. If you run out of ammunition, basically you will do way less damage to the enemy. If you run out of morale, you're much more likely to retreat, and if you run out of health, well, obviously you're dead. Now this squad here is basically all entirely fresh, but instead of moving all of them down where they might get countered, I'm gonna just send down my infantry as a little recon squad. We'll send them all the way, and there we go, enemy spotted, but that's fine. That's quite far away. What that gives us is the certainty we can move there without being fired upon, and now we've actually got vision on one of the enemy capture points. Any other spare units we've got down here, we'll do the same thing. We'll move those guys up if we can, but let's see if we can finish these guys off like that. There we go. One more of those maybe. Okay, not quite enough, but what I will do, oh, he's retreated. That's fine. Now obviously we want to protect our flak gun, so I'm actually going to move these infantry into the firing line because now he's got zone of control on that unit, meaning this unit can't actually move around to get my flak gun. Big brain, you thought I was an idiot. I am, but I'm doing my very best to trick you into thinking that I'm not. If I don't kill that guy, he's going to resupply next round. There we go. Okay, because he would have gone back up to, I think, full health or like, no, +5 health. And then it had just been a pain to deal with. So now he dead. But remember, we've got to win by turn 9. So it's good to get all your pieces on the board and maximize your damage as early as you can. So on the left side of the board, we got a lot of light vehicles, but we don't actually have any heavy vehicles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself a Panzer 3 over here. We'll spawn them on the road. And the opposite is true on the other side. To be honest, very strong progress. I reckon we end our turn there. So far, this is going well. I might not embarrass myself. Yes. Okay, next turn. So the enemy has an anti-tank gun there. They're calling in the cavalry as well. Let's see how the cavalry does against medium tanks. Lol. 7 turns to take all of this. So fingers crossed we can do that again. Because there are 3 of them in this position, we can actually bombard the whole lot of them. And I could also do some strategic bombing. Let's do it. Okay, watch this. The strategic bomber is about to enter the battlefield. And yes, this is how bombers work. They hover overhead like an alien spaceship. Oh, that was weak, bro. Okay, let's see what our artillery can do against these guys. Not much, okay. Now, I don't particularly want to progress forward because this anti-tank gun will ruin my life. You can see the orange shows you where he can fire at, so we're right on the edge of his firing line. Okay, well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just clear these guys out. Clear this infantry, just get them out of the way. There we go. The infantry's dead. Let's move my infantry into those woods. So if I get these guys and move them all into this tile, then these guys can actually fire over the river at these guys, but also it means that I can then select these guys and move them up. Again, none of them are in range of the anti-tank gun, but they're in a great position for any advancing troops, and it means that we can actually get all 6 units to attack at the same time next turn. And in the meantime, we can also pepper these guys. We're only going to do 1 damage, but that's fine. And when the assault on the anti-tank gun does begin, I'm going to send in my infantry, or another way of referring to them might be cannon fodder, and they can take the hit for us basically because, you know, it's infantry after all. And oh, I just spotted that position's also got an anti-tank gun, which is, let's see, where can he see? Okay, he can see right up to these 2 tiles here. Now you see this guy's only got 2 ammunition left and he's really badly damaged. Instead of moving him up, I'm going to resupply him and you'll see what happens here. He's gone up to 7 hit points and he's also got 5 ammunition, so he can't move that round, but it's fine because now he's not going to be a complete and utter liability. This guy is impossible to kill. Why is he so hard to kill? Oh my god. Okay, at least he's retreating. And now he's in the open, so I can get my mortar to finish the job, although, to be fair, I should probably start peppering that with a mortar because there's 3 units in there, so it just maximizes damage. As you can see, it didn't maximize the damage. And let's get the infantry ready to go sponge some damage for us. Lol. I think that's this turn done. Make sure these guys have got high morale, because tomorrow we're sending you directly into a complete formation of enemy units to sponge up as much damage and probably die. Okay, I think we're happy. Let's move on to the next round. Okay, he's resupplied because he's a sweaty nerd. Oh, it's so sad when they resupply. Oh, that was a bold play, sir. How much damage did he do to me? Oh my god, he almost one-hit my light tank. That feels bad. That is a seriously bold charge from the infantry. Wow, they have got balls of steel. And oh no, the mortar. I forgot about the mortar. I hate mortars. It's fun when I have them, but it's not fun when the enemy has them. Okay, 6 turns remaining to win this. There we go. We'll send him up there. Okay, I'm gonna use my artillery. I just don't want to lose tanks in this, to be honest. Wow. Okay, how many? He's got 0 attack points. He's got 0 attack points left, so it means I can move in there uncontested and finish him off. Okay, as you can see, I clearly don't fully understand the mechanics of the game, but I'm getting there. Let's keep 1 mortar on the bottom, and let's keep 1 mortar on the top. This would make sense to me. If I move that guy over there, I think if they're closer, they're more accurate. So let's dump a round off down there. Okay, as much as I want to focus this guy down, he's in the woods and he's on his own. He's more entrenched than these guys, and there are 2 of them, so it would just make more sense to send my shell down there. There we go. Okay, so I've got myself enough for a dive bomb. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping this is going to kill him. Not quite, but he has retreated. That is just as good. Well, it's not quite as good, but it's still good. Because what that means is he's now there, which means he can only see to here, meaning I can move up my units and I won't get damaged in the process. There we go. Now, let's move our infantry in there. Okay, if I move here, does the anti-tank gun have line of sight on me? He shouldn't, because that looks like a hill and a town. He shouldn't have line of sight on me, but I can shoot that mortar. Let's move in the Panzer III. Why not? And take the pot shot. Nice! Now, I think that's enough for that round, so let's press stop. And okay, so they've moved in some tanks and they got a lot of men at the back of the map. 5 turns remaining. I mean, we're making very good progress here, but is it enough? I feel like I was doing better last time, but we shall see, shan't we? Okay, artillery is gonna just bomb that position out of existence, please. Wow, 2 retreats from the infantry. And what is that? It's a light tank, and I'm in a medium tank, so that's going to be a good time. Yep. Now, let's move the infantry in, and that should show us. Yes, there we go. Now, that means we can mortar the hell out of this position. Goodbye, lads. Okay, well, that was pathetic. Let's say goodbye to them. It's so underwhelming. What I like to do is I like to use my tanks to kind of like to make these guys either die or retreat. And then once I've expended their AP, then you can move your infantry up without getting zone of control. Oh, we do have a mortar over here, which I think we should use on this guy, to be honest. Miss and hit. And he's retreated. Perfect. So we're actually making incredibly good progress here. We've got 5 turns to capture this position here, and we're moving in on both sides quickly. Now I can get these 2 guys over here and they can both fire down. That feels like a high risk strategy, but we're gonna give it a go. Oh, I'll tell you what I could do. Let's see if we can get the Ju-87 on him. Come on. Oh, it did something. Okay, let's attack him with the light tank first. Oh, he retreated. Now, pay attention to this, because at the bottom left, this guy's actually lost all of his ammunition, and I bet you some of my other units have as well. If I hide my face just for a second, you'll see that actually, when you've got no ammunition, you can still fire, but you basically don't do anything. We have to come over here, and we will have to resupply him before continuing to use this unit. Okay, I think we've done all we can do in that round. Let's retreat. End the battle. End the turn! My god, English skills. Okay, so the Matilda is moving up into my infantry, which I'm happy about because it means that it's not killing any of my primary units, but oh my god. Wow. Wow! That's not the result I was hoping for. We got engaged and then some. Okay, we've started to overextend here a little bit, but I still think we're looking good. We've got 620 points to spend in the top corner. What can we get? Oh, but that's fine. We can get one of these, and we can get one of these at the same time. That's totally fine. And you can actually use them straight away, which is a little bit overpowered, if I'm honest. Not that I'm complaining. I can literally use them as if they'd spawned in at the start of the round. Look at that. Delicious. Now, let's move up the recon because he's got the sight range. Look at this. We're using actual... Okay, that's a lot of units. Let's just keep this guy down here for the time being. Oh, but I almost forgot. We've got this little Matilda problem over here. So let's drop a fat Ju-87 Stuka on his head. See if we can't get this guy killed. Come on. Oi! Okay, at least he's retreated. Let's finish him off with a recon unit. I reckon we try our very best to take out that anti-tank gun. Oh, baby. Max ammo. Artillery range. He's got max range anyway. Let's get max ammo. Now, let's finish him off with this infantry here. There's a reason why we're doing that. Ah, the infantry can actually finish them as well. The infantry's on a rampage here. Done. Okay, that was a strong turn. Let's see what the enemy does. Okay, look at that. Straight away, we had our reaction shots on there. That was I don't know what the enemy is doing with cavalry, but I'll be honest, it doesn't seem... Oh, that recon unit's about to get killed very badly. The one that's facing down an anti-tank gun on its own. 3 turns remaining for a brilliant victory. Now, can we cheese this? Can I literally... I think I could just drive my Panzer III directly. Oh, no, I cannot do that. Wow. I thought I could cheese it. I was very wrong. Very, very wrong. Okay, artillery on that Matilda. If we can just dig these guys out, we can just capture this straight away. Okay, excellent work. Excellent work, man. Let's see if this guy's going to be in range. He's not going to be in range. He's just out of range. That's really annoying. This guy is going to be in range. So it's a mortar. I reckon we just got to concentrate fire on that center piece, don't we? We took down the defenses, though. That's fine. I'm happy with that. Oh, all of those guys are out of... All of them are out of ammunition. Wow. That is unfortunate. So, you know what, actually? Even though I overextended with this guy, it might have actually been worth it. Just because I got vision on that whole area. I think next round I can win this next round, I think. Remember, we're on 7 of 16. We've not got many turns left to win this, so it's gonna come down to the wire. Okay, we've actually lost vision somehow. I'm not sure how that... Oh, he's gonna get done. Oh! The anti-tank gun missed my recon unit and took 4 damage. What an absolute chump. Okay, let's get in there with the infantry just to get vision in there. And oh my god, well, they got a lot of everything in there all of a sudden. But I should be able to dump a bunch of rounds in there, boys. Mortars first. Let's just get the mortar rounds in there straight away. Oh, they've retreated. 2 of them retreated from battle. Okay, I'm now holding my... Okay, so let's get some mortar hard attack here. Lovely. Let's get my other mortar to wipe out this guy. I think we're winning this round hands down. I don't think I have to kill it yet. In fact, you know what, lads? I've never used a paratrooper unit before. Can we... Oh my god, does this actually work? Can I literally win the objective with paratroopers? That is pretty sick. Okay, that is strong. We managed to do it in not 9 turns, we did it in 8 turns. I beat my previous score by an entire turn. You know what? I actually really enjoy this game. Genuinely, really enjoy this game. Very well polished, fantastic game mechanics, plays really well, and this game's gonna have a sandbox mode where people can upload custom campaigns and custom mods and stuff like that to this, so it's gonna be endlessly entertaining. I really hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did enjoy that and you want to see more of this game, please do let me know by commenting, liking, subscribing. I would love to play more of this game, so if you want to see more of it, do let me know. Goodbye.